Hello everybody, I am your guy, I am the guy, I am that guy, and welcome to a video idea that I just got recently, but I thought it'd be neat to do. Just yesterday I went over what my top 25 albums were, just because it'd be neat. And the day before that I was like, maybe I should do my top 10 albums for the channel, because when I released the update video, when I went to sleep that night I thought to myself what videos I could do. And this is one that came in my mind, and I thought that I'd really enjoy making it, and that you'd maybe enjoy hearing it. So here it is. This is That Guy Again's top 10 favorite albums as of January of 2021. I hope you enjoy.
Fuck it all, stare at the calendar, wait.
Number 10, we have Some Nights by Fun. Now this is a very controversial album for great reasons. Auto-tune is incredibly annoying on some songs, for most people at least. I don't think it's too bad, but there is one song, It Gets Better, which I think the auto-tune is terrible. But the rest of it is very fun, indie pop record that I very much suggest you listen to. Just don't, It Gets Better is terrible, just ignore that song. Everything that's not It Gets Better is a great song. Maybe not One Foot. But, Why Am I the One, Some Nights Intro, and Some Nights. Even Stars, they're all great songs. This record was super highly critically acclaimed. Not really commercially though. People hated this album, dude. I like it though. You might not like it. It's probably not for everyone. It definitely isn't for everyone. But hey, I like it. Number 9, we have OK Human by Weezer. This album came out like a few days ago, and I listened to it I listened to it. Well, technically the day it came out. I listened to it like at 12 a.m. January 30th. And I loved it. Like, I was completely, like, I had no idea how much I was going to like it. I came in with, like, zero expectations, and I was completely met with, like, everything I ever expected and more. It's one of the best albums I've ever heard, like, out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere. I thought it was going to suck, but it was great, like, seriously. I was so surprised by how much I liked it. I definitely recommend you listen to it. And, right now, it's probably a contender for Album of the Year. Number 8, we have a very, very notable album. American Idiot by Green Day. Now this album, it's quite a special one. The amount of hate that this album gets is hilarious. Like watching people just stick on this album is the funniest thing ever. But I, for one, actually really do like it. The story is kind of like a coming-of-age story about this, like, teenage guy. Yeah. Just a rebellious little teen, coming-of-age kind of story. It's a neat little concept. But, yeah, it's a very, very, it's like one of the definitions of pop punk, and it's probably one of the greatest albums I've heard. Sure, it can be a little annoying at times, but most times, it's a very, very great album that I always have a good time listening to.
My prayer's schizophrenic, but I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on.
Alright, now we're getting into the really good ones. These next 7 albums are all albums that I think doesn't have a single bad track on, and I think all of them are at least 95s or higher. And starting this off, we have Vessel by 21 Pilots. This album took a while for me to get used to, kind of. I liked it a lot when I first heard it, and I was completely surprised, because before I listened to this, I knew 21 Pilots as the funny emo guys that everyone likes to make fun of. And that still holds true. That definitely still holds true. But, they actually can make a decent album. I was surprised. When I first heard this album, I thought it was, like, pretty good, like 70 or 80 or so. But then I kept going back to it, and then I realized, it's like, I actually love this album. It doesn't have a single bad track on it. It took me a while to get used to songs like Car Radio and Migraine, but once I did, they just clicked, dude. It's really a fabulous experience. I definitely recommend this album. It's probably not for everyone, but I think it's really cool. And, like, the way they do the musical decisions are great. The writing is fantastic, too. It's just a great album. Well, not, okay. The writing is fantastic, but not in every place. Car Radio's writing is still not very good. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that That album. Speaking so fast, I don't want this album to be like 20 minutes and have another horrible experience trying to upload the My Chemical Romance iconography thing that I did. Listen, if this video is over like 20 minutes, I physically can't upload it without it being like terrible. So I need to hurry through this. Number 6, we have Viva La Vida or Death in Alice Springs by Coldplay. Now, this is a special album to me, because this is the very first album that I listened to where I liked every song on it right off the bat. There are some flaws with it, though, as most albums. But it's still an incredible album. Coldplay really knows how to make bangers, dude. This is no exception. This is still one of their best works. And I've only listened to like a little over half of their discography, and I'm so excited to see what they have to offer for their lower half of albums. I haven't listened to Ghost Stories, Head Full of Dreams, and Everyday Life yet, but I will listen to that sometime soon. But this album is just great. It tells... I don't really know if it's a concept album. I don't think it was meant to be a concept album, but I can see a concept running through it. It's like a story of like war, peace, and love, and it's really cool if you like sit down and just listen to the words, listen to the lyrics, listen to the music. It's really a special album. At number 5, we have the only metal. Okay, well, not really metal. Borderline metal. Let's be careful here. The only borderline metal album that I love. I brought you my bullets. You brought me my you. I brought you my bullets. You brought me your love by My Chemical Romance. My favorite artist of all time, as of now, of course. Probably won't be that in like 2 years, but still. Fun times all you have, right? This album houses my favorite song of all time, Demolition Lovers, which is already a reason to love this album. But it goes beyond that, dude. There's many more bangers on this album. Honey, This Mirror Is Big Enough for the Two of Us, Our Lady of Sorrows, Head First for Halos, all incredible songs. There's a concept to this album, but there really isn't. Even re-listening to this album as much as I have, I cannot find the concept of it. I know it's there, I just cannot find it. The only thing where I find even just a little itty bitty bit of the concept that they're trying to tell is in the closing track. Kind of similar to 3 Tastes of Sweet Revenge, where I can only really figure out the concept in like the last 5 songs. But besides all the flaws that this album has, and it has a lot of flaws, even with all those flaws, I still love this album for whatever reason. And if you like metal or hard rock, or even like emo, because this album's pretty much emo, to listen to this album, it is very great. I never thought I'd die alone. At number 4, we have Enema of the State by Blink-182. There's not much to say about this album. It's just a fun little pop-punk album. I really love it. Other people, mixed feelings on this one. They either love it. Most people love it, but there's a little majority of people that are like, "Wow, this is just a Dookie wow." Even though Dookie's trash. I'm not even kidding. I don't like Dookie. I'll get more into that once I do a Green Day discography, which I'll eventually do. But I don't want to talk about that album right now. I want to talk about Enema of the State, which is a great album. If you like pop punk, listen to this album if you haven't heard it. Although if you like pop punk, I guarantee you listen to this album. It's like one of the pioneers of punk. It is an incredible album. Very fun to listen to. It's not really a concept, even though I kind of can see a concept of it, but they insist there's no concept, so whatever. Yeah, this album is great. You just listen to it if you like rock or punk. Your prayer, say your prayer, yeah. At number 3, we have our second My Chemical Romance entry, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. This album is it's not that long, 39 minutes, and it is just pure just rock music. And it is one of the best albums I've ever heard. It sounds wonderful. The instruments are incredible. Gerard really, I can definitely see Gerard's passion. This is probably his most passionate vocal performance, at least in my opinion. Maybe this is the Black Parade, I don't know. But yeah, it's an incredible album on all folds. It gets a 10 on just every category, dude. I don't know what to say about this. The concept's like, once again, really hard to find except for like the last bit. The concept is about it's a continuation of the first one they made, Bullets, where these 2 lovers die in like a desert, He goes to hell, she goes to heaven. And he makes a deal with Satan to kill 1,000 bad men for Satan himself, since it brings down the hell. The twist is the 1,000th bad man is himself, so he has to kill himself, but he still goes to hell. So it was basically just like Satan being like, yo, collect these guys from me, but you don't get to escape, you loser. Epic pranked. But yeah, this is an incredible album, and yeah, I guarantee to listen to this album. It's just great. At number 2, we have an album that I listened to yesterday. Milo Xyloto by Coldplay. My second ever 100 that I've ever given. I was blown away by how much I love this album. Every decision that they make, Coldplay, it doesn't matter what they try to do, they just destroy what they're trying to do all the time. Like, I don't even know, like, the amount of talent that they have is just mind-blowing. Of how, like, no matter what they try to do, they just perfect it. They could probably make a metal album and they'd still make it sound incredible. But, Chris Martin is an incredibly talented vocalist. I can't name anyone else of the band. All the instrumental decisions are mind-blowingly good. The concept is wild cliche, it's still very creative. That's why I said of this album. It's an 100. Even though it's pretty much pop, it is an incredible album. And if you like literally like any genre of pop, like any subgenre of pop or pop itself, listen to this album. I guarantee you will love it. And finally, number 1, my favorite album of all time, as of January of 2021, The Blackbird by My Chemical Romance. No, this is the only album that I can confidently say has 0 flaws. Even though I give Milo Xyloto an 100, the concept of Milo Xyloto, like I said, it's a little cliche. It's still very creative, but a little cliche. But it's still a 100 album. This album literally has 0 flaws. Like, the concept of it, with the cancer patient, like, dying and kind of like on his, like, your album is just his journey of his death. It's just so, like, it's so crushing and incredible how they pulled it off. It is monumental. Yeah. It is. It's just the best thing ever. I could spend hours praising this album, but I don't want to waste your time. So I'm just going to end it off by saying this album is the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life, and that everyone watching this video needs to listen to this album, even if you don't like rock. And that concludes my top 10 albums as of January of 2021. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. I am always open to suggestions. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.